Talk about the music. Last time we spoke, I think it was June last year, and we were asking about how your dad's doing. And how is he? Because he went through quite a tough time, didn't he?
Yeah, at the time I was, releasing a song called Monsters, which was for him. He had chronic kidney disease, and amazingly, a cousin of ours, a distant cousin, with the same name, Charles Blunt, gave my father, Charles Blunt, his kidney, and both are really doing well.
Excellent. I'm glad we got that out of the way, because you were obviously so worried about him, obviously, at the time. Now you're making music again, or are you? Or is it just the old stuff?
No, well, I'm out on a Greatest Hits tour, and I've released a Greatest Hits. And when the label called me up and said, hey, it's your record deal is over, 6 albums I put out, your record deal is over, and maybe it's time to put a Greatest Hits, I really thought they might be firing me. But the bad news for the nation is that they've signed me up to a new record deal. So it's the agony still continues.
You appear to be getting younger.
Can
I reflect on that for a moment? I hope that's
so kind.
No, but you do. I mean, looking at that video a moment ago and looking at you here now, what's going on?
Well, I think with plastic surgery, I think little and often is the technique that I would advise.
As you well know, some people will think that's the double bluff.
It's not. No, I don't know where to go from here.
OK, we've stopped. We'll stop right now.
I don't really know, though, but it's quite reflective of how James is.
Oh, absolutely.
On social media. I really enjoyed your tweet. It was in relation to Spotify. Joe Rogan, who has been criticised for disinformation when it comes to COVID reporting, and he has a podcast. And then you saw Neil Young and Joni Mitchell say they were going to withdraw their music. Neil Young has.
Yes.
Then you put out a tweet which said...
Yeah, because I haven't seen Joe Rogan's or listened to Joe Rogan's podcast, but I just knew there was an opportunity to threaten people that if Spotify don't remove Joe Rogan's podcast, I will immediately release new music on their platform.
And you've done that.
And yeah, you have been
with the
warned.
Greatest Hits.
Exactly.
You go about business in an interesting way. Mike Bushell, who has just left the room a moment ago, told us a story this morning, and there's a lot of I think there's quite a lot of mythology around you. He tells a story that he lived close to your family, I think, and there was an evening in a local pub where a karaoke number was going on. There was someone doing your song at the pub on the karaoke, and you were right.
And it was really weird. I hadn't been, it was one of our kind of locals, and it was the one local I hadn't ever been into. And wandered in, and sure enough, there was someone singing my song, which
was
bizarre. I don't remember at the time, actually, but it's happened to me before. I was in Australia, in Sydney, and I was in a karaoke bar where they have private rooms. So I was in a private room with some mates, and we were doing karaoke. It was about 2 in the morning, and I heard some girls in the next door cubicle singing one of my songs. So I ran in, kicked the door open, jumped on the table, grabbed the microphone off them, and sang the last 2 choruses of Goodbye My Lover. And it was 2 in the morning. They couldn't, and Sydney, they thought maybe something had gone wrong. There was a stunt. They couldn't believe what was going on.
Do you know what could go wrong with that situation? Is if it was a pub scenario, people could not think it and say get him off his rubbish.
Totally. Well, I get that often. They say, "Hey, look, you look just like James Blunt, only smaller."
Yeah, yeah. Were the women happy in that karaoke bar? Because, it was a girls' night out and you barged in.
I think, yeah, probably horrified. You're right. Had a ruin a night.
Don't do it again. Touring, do you know what I was just thinking? If you're touring around the UK and we're talking about karaoke, have you been asked to do The Masked Singer?
The Masked Singer?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. I do get masses of messages online saying, are you the worm or the fox? But no, I don't think. I think I should probably do the jungle first, shouldn't I, really? But no, I'm not doing that. I'm focusing on a tour instead. We kicked off in Brighton.
You're not allowed to say whether or not you are doing it anyway.
No, I probably wouldn't.
Well, that would rather spoil it, wouldn't it?
Right.
If someone had said in advance they were going to be in The Masked Singer,
yeah,
that would rather spoil the moment a little bit. Tell us about the tour. So have you done gigs yet?
Yeah, last night was the first night of our tour. We kicked off in Brighton, and the tour bus dropped me off outside your studio this morning, and we're playing Manchester tonight, and we do Wembley tomorrow, and on from there to places like Birmingham.
So talk us through that. Hold on, we're doing the whole proper tour thing. So you finished late last night.
Yeah.
You get on the bus. What did you have a hotel room, or did you just go straight on the bus?
No, I sleep on a bus. I get to sleep with 16 people every night. On a tour bus, 2 buses, 5 trucks, and off we go on this tour.
You get the best bunk, right?
There is no best bunk. They're all identical bunks.
They're all the same?
They're all the same.
Whereabouts are you? Because how big is the bus?
Where is my bunk, are you asking?
Yes.
dodgy question.
Why? I'm not going to seek it out. Don't worry, you're safe.
Well, yeah, there are 16 bunks. I'm on one of the bottom ones, so that
Is it in the corner of the bus?
Yeah,
Do you have
no,
your
it's
own
not.
private corner?
No, I'm just in a corridor.
There must be irritating. So you live in Ibiza most of the time, don't you? It sounds like you have a wonderful life, and then suddenly you're in a bus with all the people working on the tour, and there are people making noises. Presumably, they all have different timetables. They're up late. Is that a little bit annoying?
No, it is the most amazing lifestyle in the world. It's a young person's way of life. I absolutely love it. It's very much like being back in the army in many ways. But I have a band and a crew. We're best mates. We've many of them have travelled with me for 15 years. On the road, and yeah, we arrive in a city. The tour manager tells us which city we're in. It says on my set list which city it is because I've said the wrong name of the city before. We play.
How did that go down?
We have an after party, and then one in the morning we leave, sleep on the bus, and wake up.
Has there never been a moment
city.
when the curtain of your cubicle has you've popped out and gone, "Will you please just be quiet"?
No, I think we're pretty used to each other's, noises that we might make. The snoring is, is something
Yours?
Of different band members.
Just used to it.
Yes, exactly. It's like the waves splashing on the on the shore.
You zipped over that moment. I think you said to Naga a second ago. You've arrived in a city and gone on stage and said, "Hello." And you've said the wrong place.
Yeah, I did in Belfast. I said it was great to be here in Dublin, which as an ex-soldier is probably the wrong place. My keyboard player was shouting at me, "Dublin, Dublin," and I was just telling him to shut up. And I think that the audience just thought it was a very badly delivered joke. Whereas I think I hope they felt that way.
Where
I'm
are we now?
cringing for you.
We're in Manchester today.
Just checking.
You're in Salford.
Just checking.
You're in Salford.
Okay.
That's the distinction.
Okay.
You've got to get that bit
We're
right.
in Salford today.
So, is your big tour bus outside our studio?
It's just moved off to the venue now. I'm going to get an Uber back.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
You're
I
going
really promise I
to
am.
call an Uber to
Yeah.
go back. James Blunt?
Yeah.
You haven't got your own car out here.
No, I used a different name for the Uber, but they still...
I think they know it's you now.
When you sing You're Beautiful, as you will be, I'm sure, on this tour.
Well, it's a greatest hits tour, so I'm just going to sing You're Beautiful 22 times and then maybe do a Pixies cover at the end.
Could you do Pixies? Why the Pixies?
Just to throw something into this, in the works.
Do you think you could do You're Beautiful 21 times and Goodbye My Lover the other time? Just leave it at that.
If that's what you want. If you're in the audience, then I'll give the audience what they want.
Does everyone sing along? Is it a massive sing-along moment?
It's been really amazing. My manager got on the train from Brighton up to London last night. Said there are a whole lot of drunk blokes on this train singing Wise Men, and then he texted me. Now they're singing 1973, and it's great to get out there and play these songs, but really amazing to hear the feedback. And we were on a tour in March 2020. That tour ended because of COVID. Everyone went home not knowing how long it was going to be, and to have got back on this bus, to have an audience now be turning up in their numbers and everyone be singing along has been something we've really missed.
Did you get nervous? Kind of coming back after a while, or was it just pure excitement just to feel that rush again?
No nerves at all, really. I've done it long enough, and the people they're on my side. Hopefully, no one's going to die out there, so it's all good.
Do you know? I think there would be people. Honestly, I think there would be people who would turn up to a concert by you if you just played that song over and over again. I really think they would.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a reason Charlie's not in music management?
Yeah, maybe it's. Yeah, thank you.
It would be a first, wouldn't it?
It would be. I don't know. I don't know if I'd be able to handle the whole gig myself. I might leave early on.
No, creatively, not hugely.
They'd have to
challenging.
pay me a lot to be at that concert.
Lovely to see you here this morning.
Enjoy your ride back to the venue.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy your concerts and the tour.
Great. No, I mean Manchester should be a good gig. The audience in Manchester normally it's in Manchester. I know I'm in Salford now, but it should be a good gig.
It'll be great. 21, You're Beautiful. Brilliant.
James' tour is called The Stars Beneath My Feet. You're pretty much free to go.
Thank you so much for having me. Always good to see you.
It's really good to see you. You're watching Breakfast. It's 8:59.